This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I'm here.
Hope you washed your hands.
I did. You don't think I washed my hands?
I hope you washed your
Yeah, I
hands.
hope so too, man. Don't touch me though.
I don't think you had time to dry, so they should be wet.
You saying I'm dirty, Lana? Huh? Saying I'm dirty?
Dirty Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant.
Oh, man. Ugh. You know, Marv, you can start it up. Oh, we're live? Alright. Yo, why didn't y'all say anything?
I thought you knew.
Yeah. No. I wasn't here to know. Alright, anyway. What's going on, everybody? This is That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
And this is That One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. And today, we do not have Sebastian. He decided he didn't want to join us today because he has something better to do. No, I'm joking. Sorry. No, Sebastian's not going to be here today. He went on a trip, and he was going to come back too late, so he won't be joining us this episode. Sad face, I know. But happy face at the same time. No, I'm joking. But we got Lawrence back.
Hey.
You feel me? Law in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all missed me. I missed y'all. I'm back.
He ain't miss
Darker
y'all.
than ever. Full grown beard. Huh?
You look like Morris Chestnut right now, bro. You fine, bro.
I leveled up. I leveled
You
up.
leveled up,
from
bro.
vacation.
Did you
know,
throw cocoa butter all over you and just sit in the sun?
a little bit, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But not too much because I wasn't trying to get too dark, you know what I'm saying?
Just listening to Jodeci the whole time. Every time I close my... Nah, DMCA, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, guys, there is no One Piece chapter this week, which means it's going to just be One Piece, variety of different questions. So it is episode 64, I believe, of our episodes. And thank you for being here. We really don't got any announcements, to be honest. If you mess with us super heavy, and if you enjoy our content, please like the video, share it with your friends. Tell us, tell everybody about about us. Join our Discord. The link is in our description of our video. And also hit us up on all social medias. It's That One Piece Talk, literally. And if you want to buy a shirt that Lionel is currently wearing, yeah, they can't see you. Go that way. Oh, hold on, right there. Yeah. And then you want to show them the back. All right. Yeah, they can. Hold on.
You gotta flex.
Yeah, you gotta flex a little hard. All right. Yeah.
Stand up?
You can stand up if you want, bro.
Yeah.
Just don't clench your cheeks. All right. That shirt comes with a limited edition box from us personally. And that is on That One Piece Talk. Yo, you can sit down.
Yeah, why
bro.
you standing like that?
He's standing like a Ninja Turtle. At thatonepiecetalk.com/merch. Anyway, for the rest of this episode, guys, we're just really going to talk a tiny bit about, since you weren't here last episode, we'll give you some say because you took a lot of W's. And then we're just going to take a bunch of phone calls. So if you have some questions that you want to talk to us about, and you get to hear your voice on our social media platforms as well, call in with those great questions. But for now, how you doing, guys? How's everything going?
Yeah, doing okay.
Lionel, you doing well?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Man. Good to be here.
All right. What about you, Law? You weren't here last episode. We talked about One Piece chapter 1058. You obviously know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Speak your truth, man. Flex, because you did have some W's, and I want you to air it out.
So I'm just saying, Sebastian not here because me and him were going back at it the most with it.
Yo, Sebastian been wrong a lot. Dog. They've been wrong a lot.
Well, he had to be because he was right about the whole Yamato thing. So he has to give his, give and take a little there,
Yeah.
right?
But that doesn't fall on him being right. That's just Oda just sucking, right? That's just Oda sucking.
I mean, because to me, I was here and there with the Yamato joining. I could see it, her joining. I could see her not joining. I could see it both ways. To me, I don't think you always have to write something one way. Either way could make sense, right?
Yeah,
Depending on how you do it and you make it look good.
Mm-hmm.
Just because one thing works well written one time doesn't mean it should stay that way. Like, we already have, whatchamacallit. I mean, we also think of, alternates or what ifs,
Mm-hmm.
What ifs aren't bad either, as long as it's written well. So, but like to me, there's no for the whole buggy thing, right? How I took it, there was no way it was Buggy's idea. And again, how I explained, if it was Buggy's idea, it would have to have been him out of like bitterness, crying about like, I wish I could put bounties on the Marines out of like that. But I was like, yo, it just fit where more of a mastermind, a crocodile, and then we learned too that Mihawk's thing, for example, him hunting navies. I didn't know that, so I'm not gonna take credit for that because I didn't say that, right? But the crocodile thing, as we think of before, he was a bounty hunter. He had a legit organization beforehand about bounty hunters.
Yeah.
He was a pirate that was running bounty hunters. So it fit more of Crocodile's idea, him being a mastermind and stuff, than it actually being Buggy's. Because Buggy, thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yes,
We'll
thank
get
you.
to it.
And more than Buggy being there, because Buggy's not a criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
He just kind of like, he tends to go with the flow and think it's happening in his favor, and a lot of times it happens in his disfavor. But he's not that crazy clever. He's not that crazy smart,
Yeah.
But he does have, because also too, if you guys remember him and when they show it, we see little tidbits of it. Him and Shanks would argue all the time when they were kids, right, on Roger's ship. And have you noticed every time they're arguing, who was wrong in that argument? It was Buggy. Shanks was always right. Like they're arguing about like the North Pole, I think it was. Or I forgot which it was called this or I forgot how exactly. I remember being the North Pole being
I
involved.
think which one was colder.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget which was the correct answer.
But Shanks was right and Buggy was wrong. And if you know that every time they're arguing about it, Shanks was always right and Buggy was always wrong.
Yeah.
So show that Buggy, I'm not saying he's dumb, but he wasn't that smart. Especially think of something like to do this, and also the goal to actually do it. The power to follow it, and then also too we see the billing about why Buggy was put on top. Right? It's all because he had a business that was running flyers, and his crew just happened to love him for whatever reason. Like Crocodile couldn't understand it, right? And they just gave him top billing. So it wasn't the Marines that put him there. The Marines saw that flyer, right? And they were like, yo, did these dudes line up? And then, ironically, Crocodile coming for his money and that flyer that he saw end up supporting that flyer in the first place. Yo, Crocodile came to his rescue. So it looked like that. So then it added to Buggy's lore of him, like they're actually underneath him. But again, it was nothing to Buggy's strength. He legit failed upward. Like Mihawk even said it. He's the only person that was noted as a Yonko, begging and crying his way there. It's showing that his strength doesn't factor at all.
Yeah.
Right. And also too, which I'm a little weird about because maybe they weren't paying attention to Buggy. That's how insignificant he in a war he probably plays in. Because if you're really strong, you're able to sense how strong Buggy is, and you just know he's nowhere near. I'm not even gonna add the Yonko. He's nowhere near probably Vice Admiral level. Thank you. He's nowhere near even Vice Admiral level on the Marine side. He's not shaky blue guy level. If you sense his ability, you know he's fodder. He's weak. So, and then also too, I'll talk about the whole Sebastian coming about the dragon thing, right? About Sabo, because I said before, Sebastian said, why would Dragon be so angry, right? I said, there's no way Dragon will be okay if Sabo did do it, kill Cobra. He wouldn't be okay with it. And right here, and how Sebastian was calling Dragon a punk because he looked shook about how finding out what happened. I go, well, we don't even know what happened, but his main concern was we got to figure out if Sabo's okay, but if Sabo really did this, and that was cleared up in the newest chapter. Yeah. So right here, Sebastian calling Dragon a punk because he looked a little shook because what happened to his right hand man. No, it's more like, yo, I'm taking him out if he really did this. This is a problem. This is not how we do things.
So I guess the greatest question is, let's say if Sabo really had killed Nefertari Cobra, and this is really going on, he really took him out, Does Dragon kill Sabo in your guys' eyes?
Yo, that it would be so crazy because then this is how we could get where Dragon becomes Luffy's enemy,
Yeah.
where they would fight it out. And I never would saw that coming at all. I was kind of, thank you. I always like heard how that meeting's gonna go. But if Sabo like does like die by Dragon's hands, there's no way Luffy's not gonna care about his dad. He has no relationship with him. But he's just gonna remember the person that killed my brother, you know. So now it's like we're gonna see a battle between father and son if this is what happened.
What about you, Lana? What do you think?
Actually, I thought that was a pretty good question. Like, would like Dragon kill Sabo? Because Dragon already said that he doesn't care the reason, and like Sabo could have a good reason, and it would tell us to be like, "Yo, kill that dude." But like, it's something similar to what Shanks said. Like, I don't care what the reason is. If you hurt my friends, pretty much I'm gonna come after you. Dragon kind of said the same thing, but I'm trying to think. You kind of raised Sabo as your own child, kind of. Like you met Sabo as a child, and you kind of raised him up and trained him. Yet you're gonna throw all that away and gonna kill him for Cobra. I'm trying to think, what significance is Cobra then? That you're willing to do that to somebody, your own crew. Like if you're like, because we don't know if Dragon said he's gonna kill Sabo. Like he's gonna like it's gonna be like repercussions or gonna be whatever.
He said there would be a reckoning.
Exactly. So we don't know if it's going to be a punishment or like if he takes it further, I'm actually going to kill Sabo for killing Cobra. What is Cobra's significance? Like what was his role, or what was in Dragon's minds? What was his role for Dragon's plans?
So are you hinting at? Thank you guys. So are you hinting that Nefertari Cobra might be a revolutionary?
Thank you.
No, I'm not. But
Are you hinting at that or no?
That who might be revolutionary?
Cobra.
Cobra,
He might be a revolutionary.
because the fact that Dragon took it that seriously, that him dying, you know, because it could be more to Cobra, because like if we thought of him as another Riku, like him being a good like kingdom, but it could be more the fact that Dragon cared that much, you know.
Well, remember what Dragon was doing, right?
What
He
was
was
he doing?
going to kingdoms, right? And I'm not gonna say he was going there like you get with me or you like get down or lay down. He wasn't going that. I said, thank you.
Thank you,
But
guys.
he was allying kingdoms to his side against the world government. So that's why when he was traveling, he's liberating them, right, from whatever they were going through or wherever it was repressing them. Like he was liberating them, but he would get their allegiance to his side. So most likely that means they would support him in any other way against the Marines, against the world government in a fight. So with the way the world government is, it could have been like a viewing, especially being from that family line. Because, for example, we heard it said in the manga, I forgot who exactly, I think it was one of the girls that said it, how they viewed the Natari family. For not going, they viewed them as traitors. Even though they didn't betray them at all, but just because they didn't stay in Mary Jo's
They
with
didn't
them.
move up there.
Exactly, they didn't move up there. They were viewed as traitors now, right? So anyway, if you're viewed as a traitor, most likely you're viewed as an enemy. You're not really an ally. You betrayed me, like, you know? So Dragon could have been viewed as, knowing that history between them, I guess, could view that as a potential ally or someone that would understand that, would know like how the inner workings with the celestial dragons, but also someone, because also he's not, their family's not like the celestial dragons. They were peace people. They weren't trying to rule others. They're trying to actually rule with peace, with like kind of like love in a way. Because the celestial dragons, they're kind of suppressing their people. We're superior over you, whatever, right? But we saw in Alabasta during the war how Cobra was feeling for his people, like, and during that state about the water and everything, the rebellion happening. If he was like the celestial dragons, they wouldn't have cared. They would just kill them all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So Dragon seeing it. Dragon was also looking for good kingdoms to support or gain their support. So him doing that is like you just threw all that out the window. You know?
That could be true, but I also started thinking of what if he just knows him, like he knew who Cobra was. Like they were, like for instance, Milos found out that Neptune was legit cool and boys with Whitebeard and Roger. Like
Wait, say that again?
Like King Neptune.
Yeah.
He was cool and friends with Whitebeard and Roger.
Oh, okay.
Like Whitebeard even called Neptune his buddy and said that I'm gonna repay the favor that he did to me. You know, so I'm thinking of what if Dragon and Cobra actually had that relationship, that they were actually cool and friends, and now Sabo just killed my boy. Like there's going to be reckoning.
So it makes me ponder a little bit that who was Vivi's like old boyfriend, the guy that was leading the rebellion?
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
I forgot his name.
It's
too.
like the
it starts with a
typical-
K, right? Like Kato or something like that.
Koza?
Koza.
Is it Koza?
I think it's Koza.
I think it was Koza.
Yeah. So are you saying, you know how Power Vision says, well, the movie with Shiki was kind of like a experiment of how Kaido and Wano was going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Koza was the experiment to Dragon? Like, we saw basically how Dragon got brought up and what Dragon decided to do with his life to lead like rebellions, and he basically started the Revolutionary Army, and that was like the startup of like what Dragon had done in the past.
So like Koza foreshadowed Dragon.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do you think that's something?
Well, in all honesty, I would say that's the first we see it, because like, we don't even see that a lot in. It's more in the One Piece world where like you'll see the citizens uprise against the kingdom. Like for example, in Dressrosa, right? We didn't really see them. We saw a Solo Rebellion building up, but it took a major factor where like, for example, Alabasta was the one thing happening where Luffy didn't involve himself in that Revolutionary War at all, right? Like he did in Dressrosa. Like Luffy was a main part of Dressrosa in that battle, but that war between Koza and the kingdom, that was all infighting. That was all of them, where Luffy fought on the outside, on the ground with Crocodile's group. But all that was really kingdom against citizens. Luffy didn't involve himself, though. Maybe it's because it was Vivi. So it could have foreshadowed that, because Luffy's usually get heavily involved like liberating them, but actually Luffy didn't play that role in here. But he did underground where taking out Crocodile.
Well, I'm just saying that Koza foreshadowed how Dragon had done his thing in the past.
Yeah, fighting for their rights, because that's what they are bringing up. How we don't really see that a lot, where citizens will fight against the government or fight against their kingdom for that freedom.
Yeah,
Dragon's kind of something that this is what he's doing. He's trying to help them build up that courage, because we saw his that lady revolutionary, I forgot her name, how she kind of like encouraged them to fight for themselves.
Yeah,
you know, where Koza was actively doing it. Yeah, Bellavedi. She encouraged them and kind of riled them up to fight for themselves and to their side.
Yeah,
where Koza was like, nah, like this is not right. Like his righteous indignation is like, this is not how a kingdom should be run.
Yeah.
So acting as if how Dragon sees it.
Thank you.
Thank you. How kingdom should not be run this way. You know?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of what you're saying, and he foreshadowed Dragon. Because, for instance, Dragon is not attacking like kingdoms; he's attacking the world government specifically, right? So I was thinking of, and it goes into some people.
Well, it depends. There have been kingdoms that have been,
but it's mostly
aligned with the government.
That align with the world government. So like. Dragon's attacking the bigger pictures. Like, I'm not going to attack. I'm attacking these.
Well, Dragon had to start somewhere.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Wherever he was living, he might have liberated that country and was like, okay, so there's other countries like this. I'm going to do that as well. What if Koza had that same mentality? He becomes like a new dragon.
I mean, but they're cool now. The Koza and them are cool. Like,
I know they're cool now because of what Vivi and what Luffy had done. But all I'm trying to say is, because you guys are making it super complicated. No. I'm saying, is Koza somewhat like Dragon? If we were to have an idea of how Dragon came to be, Koza would be the perfect person for that idea. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I could definitely see that, like him being a foreshadow of Dragon. I gotta go back because like I'm going by what Dragon said. Like we get a little glimpse of when Dragon met Sabo and how angry and what he said towards the world government in this kingdom. Yeah. And we gotta go back to what Koza said towards Cobra in this kingdom.
Yeah.
So like I definitely do see it, especially now they're kind of linking now in a way that Cobra and Dragon are like linking, and now we're getting a foreshadow possibly Koza to Dragon, like in a weird way, but like he's linking both of them, linking to Alabasta. That's what I'm going by. So I could definitely see it.
Yeah, the drive came from the same place. I would say the drive is similar,
but I think it's different that it's like that's why it kind of got resolved that Alabasta wasn't actually a dark kingdom.
Yeah,
it was actually a good kingdom, but just misunderstandings and Crocodile manipulated things to make it seem bad. Well, the world government is the opposite. Yeah. It's actually a bad kingdom manipulating things to make it look good.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of see that Koza's like that's why his got resolved, while Dragon's just still going because I'm attacking the root of evil.
Well, also the way Koza and Dragon will go about it is way different.
Yeah.
Dragon will find out all the underhanded stuff going on before he would act.
I mean, again, but we're talking about he's at a point in the series where he's already established. We're talking about Dragon having his first rebellion.
Okay.
It's the same thing that Koza would have done. All right. Anything else?
And I just want to go because I touched upon this a little bit, with just the whole in the beginning where we saw Nami attacking Luffy for what he did. Right? I was just saying that was an example of what I was saying before about like, because in the beginning of the show, I know it's kind of like a gag, but attacking actually his captainship, where like she said you're not fit to be captain, or you're the useless captain to Luffy because his actions put the entire crew in danger.
Yeah.
No one else really saw it that way. You could argue that, like, or say that, which is true, except for Nami, because everyone else seemed fine with it. But this is what I was talking about, like, for example, where you have different personalities, especially different conquerors. When you feel strongly about something, you're going to clash with your captain. And then it's up to the captain and how you handle that shows your leader capability of who you could kind of gain on your side, who you can lead, you know? And that's what I'm saying is, that's why I brought up the whole with Luffy and Zoro thing.
Yeah.
Because if, at the end of the day, if Luffy didn't listen to Zoro about the Usopp, Zoro would have left. Just like the reason why Ace left the crew in a way for Whitebeard is because Whitebeard didn't listen to him about Blackbeard. So when you feel something strong about that and you're not listening to that in a way that you agree with.
Thank you.
Stuff like this is gonna happen where you could actually split apart.
Yeah.
Right. So so like stuff like that, well, it shows like you could be able to lead other conquerors when conflict arises, where you have different of opinions or addressing situations. And going back to the Nami thing, I will say, because I want to say something too about Nami having conquerors. You guys got to understand that Nami's power, she's like the Hawks' gag character. We've seen that from the beginning of the show, right? Like the damage she's inflicting on Luffy is not real. You know, because Luffy doesn't really need any bandages afterwards. He doesn't need a day of eating after getting beaten, pummeled by Nami. And Luffy's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Nami so physically is not really getting stronger and stronger, yet she's still hurting Luffy. So it's like, we just saw Luffy, thank you, just take on Kaido. So that whole, to represent that gag, her listening to that anger, we saw the lightning, showing that she's the Hawks' gag character. You know, thank you. Hawks' gag character. Where it's like, she has conquerors. Again, continuing with the gag because she's been beating up Luffy from the get, but we all know, like, this is not really hurting Luffy. Yeah. We've seen Luffy take way more damage and then not hurt him or hurt him a little bit, right? And he keeps fighting. So now it's just showing on that go, like, her gag character, yes, is a conqueror's haki user, but it's not real.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
So.
Well, that's all your thoughts that you had?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any more. Because there was a lot.
We gotta move on though.
But
we gotta move on.
Okay, but yeah.
All right.
If I think of anything, I'll say it. But yeah.
All right. Can I see your phone so I can read the super chats?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. You can have that. Sorry guys, I'm using my phone for TikTok. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the super chats because there's just so many right now. We're going to read those. We're going to answer them. And then after that, we're going to start taking phone calls. So we're probably going to have at least an hour and 15 minutes of just phone calls, okay? So Nerd Taku and Aaron Tate are not going to take up all our time. So I'm going to read the super chats now. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for all the super chats. And also, thank you for everybody that's currently in the chat. We usually have Sebastian shout everybody out, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now. So thank you for Sebastian not being here to do his job. All right, so first super chat is from Jordan Roth. I hope I said the last name right. He says, I was thinking, could M be the moon god? Thoughts? So in order to call M the moon god, you would have to then believe the four god theory that was explained on Skypiea and having it add up with like evidence. I'm not too sure, and I've said this before. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
I'm not too sure how the whole, the deities of the mythical zone fruits work. It's possible, but me personally, I don't think M is powerful. I just think that he was handed power. But Lionel and Lawrence?
I mean, since that, like, for instance, we always had Blackbeard as the endgame character but now it's like Im might be it. And now they introduced like Luffy having that ability of the Sun God. You kind of, and plus they always have Sun and Moon big impacts in One Piece show. So I give that we are expected to have at least another type of thing like similar to Luffy's, like a Sun God. We're seeing that Luffy might also gonna get a Moon God type of opponent. And honestly, I don't think it's Blackbeard at all. I think Blackbeard is darkness, and that's civilized darkness, or like a darkness and sun battle, similar to Ace and Blackbeard. We're gonna get like another version of that, but I don't think that's related to the sun at all. But I do say that they did have Blackbeard crying as a child, looking at the moon, you know, at his flashback. So that might tie into him being someone with the moon. So I'm not sure. But to me personally, I don't think it's Blackbeard. Im could be a good candidate as well, honestly, because like we all think that Im might be something, but then again, he could just be a figurehead. Just be like, I'm running the Marines, but I'm not strong at all. So I mean, Im's a good candidate. I do agree, and plus, there's a lot of mystery behind him, but I'm not sure.
All right, we got a lot of super chats, so answers can't be that long.
Okay.
Just FYI. What do you think, Law?
He's a good candidate. If Oda wants to go that route, I could see it being Im. But if Luffy's tied to the Sun God or Nika for the ability, that would be Im would have to have an ability, you know, to do it. So there's a lot of questions that for me to fully put support on Im being the Sun God, the Moon God. I'm not sure yet. I would need more from that. I do believe Im's going to be strong, but being the Moon God, I don't know. It might just be because we haven't got any alludes to any of that. Like, we just heard just about Joy Boy and that Sun God thing. We haven't had any emphasis of being other, you know, that in One Piece show at all. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Colton72 Gaming sent us $1. He didn't really say anything, but Colton, thank you. Next time, say something.
Yes.
If not, don't send us anything. I want to hear from you. Straw Hat Nelson, thank you for the $2. He says, starting the $1,000 countdown to the buggy fit.
They're trying to do that.
We're going to update that somehow because it's not working, but we'll figure it out. Then we have Peter Keenan with the $5. He says, thank you for the buggy fit. Love the stream, fellas. And then Tren Balone Trav says, 10 on the buggy fit. We'll accept Marco Fit as a runner-up.
I think all of them are going to be buggy.
This is all going to be buggy related, as usual. James Hudson, thank you for the $10. He says, 10 for the buggy fit, hashtag buggy gang.
Oh my goodness.
Marcus D. Jones with the $5 says, I don't know if y'all talked about it, but do you think it was confirmed that Ben Beckham has Conqueror's haki? Source anime filler.
It wasn't confirmed. That is true. It wasn't.
Me personally, I don't know, and I don't think it matters at this point if he does or not. King doesn't have it. Marco doesn't have it. Shiryu hasn't been confirmed to have it.
I don't think he has it either.
And Katakuri is the only one to have it. If anybody was to have it, I think it would be Ben. But if he doesn't have it, I wouldn't really be like out there like, oh damn. I'd just be like, oh okay.
Mm-hmm. I would say I would like to see Ben Beckham has it. I mean, Oda hasn't alluded too much to it, but it goes back to what we were saying before, able to lead other conquerors. I believe Shanks is definitely one of the people that will be able to lead. Like just like a Roger, just like a Luffy, where your right-hand man would be a conqueror as well. Like Shanks has that where he'd be able to lead other conquerors. Especially the way his crew set up, they're very loyal to him, and they're like a family, a brotherhood, where like even just pointing a gun at Shanks, they'll take a life. You know? Yeah. So it's like, in the way there's like, even he rolled up to Ben Beckham, let's go after One Piece. Like, they're partners. So I can see the way he carries himself, that Shanks will be able to lead other conquerors.
Okay. Lionel.
I kind of agree with a lot what Lon just said, because we talked about the Shanks thing. Ben Beckham, his qualities, I can't give off a conqueror yet. I have to see more of his personality and qualities to see if he's a definite conqueror. Because when I read about Ryuma, I definitely believe he's a conqueror. If he's not, then I'd be shocked.
Yes.
So Ben Beckham is too vague, so I can't say he's a conqueror yet.
Yeah, agreed. Then James Hudson donated again, $20 this time. Thank you. He says, Zoro set sail looking for a certain man. I don't remember it being stated who it was. Was it maybe his original master? He showed up in Shimotsuki village to challenge the dojo. I don't think I quite remember because it was so far back, and Zoro's flashback happened so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to reread, but if he was looking for somebody, probably his dad. I don't know. I mean, we had Sanji and his horribleness for like 4 arcs of his past. So there was no room for any Straw Hat to grow besides him. And that's all I'll say. So I don't know.
But so they're saying before he ended up on that village where he met.
The reason why he went to that village, to the dojo, was to challenge a certain man. But it might have just been, I don't know why he would challenge it. I forgot.
Well, from what wasn't Zoro doing that to JoJo's? Didn't we hear that? He was doing that regularly. And I think this is the JoJo that he couldn't beat. So then, right?
I forgot, bro.
I think he's trying to challenge Kurino's father, and he lost to the daughter, and just like, all right, like, I'm gonna stay at this village because I just lost. I couldn't beat the man master.
I lost to the daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would have to reread it to be honest. To give that full analysis. Maybe I'll read it and then answer it in our Discord, James. But thank you. And then Antoine donated $50.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
You.
That is a lot, my good man. He says, I listen on Spotify. First time catching out live. Dope podcast. Larry got some interesting takes, but I have grown to appreciate the knowledge. I'm glad you recognize it as knowledge. I'm trying to go to Red. I'm close, so I'm there. Do you think we get robbed of a legit feast at Wano's end? There's a lot I'm not understanding in this question. So I'm trying to go to Red. Are you saying to film Red? And also, you said, do you think we get robbed of a legit feast at Wano's end? Wano already ended. So if you're listening to our podcast, you probably heard the end of Wano. But if you are watching just the anime, I don't think I could give you a correct answer since we know what happens at the end of Wano, right?
Yeah.
So, Antoine, thank you so much for the $50. And maybe you could write again. That way I can answer your question better. I feel kind of like bad I can't answer it completely. Then we got $10 from Illusion. He says, I wasn't here to say it last week, but Larry, not gonna lie, you getting no diff by Buggy, no cap. Love y'all.
I can't.
Bruh.
Yo, the disrespect, yo, disrespect.
They really ride for Buggy.
Yo, they do ride for Buggy. Yo, his fans are real. Like in the anime, they're in real life too. It's so weird. Firearms with the $20. Thank you so much. He says, how do you think the Straw Hats, especially Luffy and Robin, will react to the news about Sabo? I think Luffy will probably say,
I didn't even think about that.
Whatever. Like, he'd just be like, yo, Sabo's just doing whatever he has to, and he probably has a good reason behind it. And Robin's probably going to be, because she's smart, so she's probably going to be like, oh, this seems off.
Yeah.
I don't think Luffy's going to believe it. I don't think Luffy's going to, because Luffy met Cobra, and he knows that's Vivi's father. I don't think Luffy's going to believe that Sabo actually did it.
Yeah.
Until, that's my take on it. And Robin, I don't know, she's going to have probably, I can't say she's going to have the same view as Dragon because she was their enemy at one point. So I don't know if Robin's going to really care that much about Cobra, honestly.
Luffy's reaction would be interesting to finding out, like, because you know how Luffy reacts to people that feed him and take care of him, right?
Yeah.
Koba's one of those people. And it's someone you try to invite into your crew's father, Vivi, right? So he built up a relationship with them, and he helped them out. They went through a lot, and then finally your brother killed that king, killed your friend's father. And someone that, like, helped Luffy out a lot was providing him food and everything. And Luffy fought a war for them, helping liberate that kingdom. So Luffy would take that, like, be confused, and I do believe what Lionel said. He's not going to believe that Sabo did it. And he would have to understand. He would have to get why. He would have to hear Sabo, like, what's going on here. But we do remember Zolo and Luffy back in when they fought. The Mississippi Peak. He just heard that Zolo...
Whiskey Peak.
Peak. Heard that Zolo was killing out those people that fed him. And Luffy went straight to scrapping. Scrapping Zolo. So it's going to be interesting to take how he responds to this. Responds
that
to
is true. I didn't think about the Whiskey Peak fight.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again. Celestial Dragon with the $20. Hashtag Buggy Gang.
Yeah, I'm a bunch of buggy followers. I hope you get that.
Y'all
straight.
going down with his shit.
Yo.
I'm telling y'all.
You're gonna follow Buggy.
James Hudson again donated, but this time $50.
Wow.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Wow. He says, when do you guys think Sword will make their move against the government, and do you think they'll ally with the Straw Hats? Hashtag Larry has bad takes. Hashtag Buggy Gang.
By saying Buggy Gang and you're saying Larry has bad takes, you're contradicting what you're saying. Because
so Sword, I feel like I know a lot of people put an emphasis on Sword being a factor within the story, and I just, for me personally, they're like SSG. They've been mentioned once or twice, and we know absolutely nothing about them. And it's all very theoretical. Like, we can only imagine what they're capable of or what they're actually supposed to be doing within the straits of the world government. And I can't sit here and just be like, yeah, they're going to make a difference. I can't say that yet. There's just nobody there for me to really, Kobe's going to make a difference. Drake is going to make a difference. Like, yeah, other people could be in Sword, but I don't think they really are going to make much of a difference on the story. If so, I would think that's another 2 chapters Oda has to add into the story, or another, I just don't see them being a factor. And then, do I think that they'll ally with the Straw Hats? No.
Yeah.
I don't think they would ally with the Straw Hats either.
The only people you're relying on is Kobe, and he's not even the leader. And
he's just a captain.
Yeah, so like he doesn't have that much pull or say. The only one you could give, and that's speculation completely, would be Bogart. And that's if he has, like, you're going to pull Aokiji, and I'm going to help him because I used to work with Garp.
Yeah.
That's the only, and again, that was pure speculation. We don't know who's the leader of Sword.
It's too vague.
Yeah. So.
It's too vague.
And Sword is pro-Marines. They're not going to align with pirates. To me, the fact that they're even somewhat rifting with the world government doesn't even really make sense to me, because you guys are really on the same side. Yes, they go in spy missions, right, so they have more freedom than what the CP0, but to me, there shouldn't be a rift between them, because that's how your own organization is going to collapse, because you're rifting with people on your side. Yeah. But remember, they're pro-Marine, so Marines don't align themselves with pirates. It happens sometimes with Garp, but it wasn't on purpose. Like, they called them up. No. And who would they line against Blackbeard? Why would they team up with the Straw Hats? We would need a scenario why they would. But
yeah, I think overall we just need more information. Yeah, we can't call it. But thank you, James, so much.
Thank you.
Peter Keenan with the 5. He says, "Do y'all think Luffy could be a celestial dragon? Depending on who his mom is and the background for dragon, I think it's possible."
I hope not.
I think it would be interesting. I think the fact is, I do think it would be interesting, but I'm afraid we run into that Ichigo aspect of Luffy being everything or everybody, because now he's a god. You know what I'm saying? Now he's a D clan member. Yeah. Now he's gonna be a celestial dragon. It's like Ichigo was a Hollow, then he was a Shinigami, then he's a Quincy. It's like, I'd rather my guy get it out the mud with what he has. And that's why I like Zoro's so likable as well, right? Because he doesn't come from anywhere that we know of. Yeah. He's just that guy because he chose to be that guy. Right. And that's what makes him so likable.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of if the theory is true about Dragon being actually Rox's son, then it's just like, all right, Luffy's he's both D's. He's a celestial dragon, and he
came from the hardest dude in the game.
Yeah, and like, it's just like he's a celestial dragon now, and he ate this magnificent fruit. Like, just like, all right, you just gave him everything.
Yeah,
so
you gave him everything.
So just like, again, it's like Ichigo thing, and it gets tiresome. Like, it's.
But also too, what would that? I'm sorry, not just shooting down your thing, but like, because it is interesting. But like, what would that add to the story about him being a celestial dragon?
I think it would make the celestial dragons a little bit more interesting, because then there's one. Because we've seen celestial dragons turn a leaf. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe Dragon fell in love with one who turned a leaf.
So like some Romeo Juliet status? Yeah. I guess.
And she died.
It would be cool, but like Oda doesn't really focus on love stories either.
Yeah, it's here or there with that. Like
it's more brotherly love or friend love.
And a lot of times love stories be a little sad, like with Senior Pink. But also how I see it is like I'm more one that Luffy's more of like the D Clan and Joy Boy because they're enemies of the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah.
I'd rather him be just the enemy than the child that's in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, Oda better be on point on his writing if he's gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, yo.
You testing Oda with that, like, his writing with that.
Wano kind of sucks. United States of Blurred with the $2 says, where we at with the $1,000 hashtag buggy gang? Yeah. Yeah, it's updating now. Marv had to do it manually. And then United States of Blurred again donates $5. He says, okay, Larry, dress like Buggy or on air, admit Kid is goated and is your favorite character.
Oh, wow.
Nah.
I would dress up like Buggy for a month. Not to call Kid the greatest. I would never go Kid. Let's keep going. So Antoine with another donation.
Wow.
He did 50, I think, earlier.
Wow, thank you.
Okay. He did $5 this time. He said, I thought the feast was whack after the W. We were told we were getting the biggest one ever, and I live in NY. I want to go to Red with the gang. So the feast with Wano was supposed to be the big one ever. It kind of was. We kind of got like that parade.
Yeah.
I think because Wano has gotten into the habit of like storyboarding, we didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
But the anime will take care of it, of course.
Yeah.
They'll add some more credits to that. As for the movie premiere of One Piece, Film Red, it got announced during an NCAA halftime game, football game. It's going to be coming out this October, but there's no date. So I've mentioned this before. I've been trying to link up with the Hidden Island. Thank you. Par Vision. And we're going to link up with Mosh. And we're going to try to see if we can find a movie in NY and invite everybody that can make it. And we'll probably rent out a movie theater for all of us to just watch it together. And then we'll take like a really big picture and do all this crazy stuff, which I think would be really dope. So the reason why we're choosing like NY is because it's closer to Hidden and also to Mosh. But, you know, everybody's in that area, I guess. Like it's like a centerpiece.
Mm-hmm.
More information will be announced when we get the date, the release date. So be patient with us, please.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Colton Wickstrom with the $2. He says, I think they all have the qualities of a conqueror. I'm pretty sure he's talking about like Ben Beckham when we were talking about that conversation.
Okay.
And then Firearms with another donation for $5. He says, Larry, donations help. Talks about Buggy / Marco positivity. Larry, can you refund that? Hashtag Buggy Gang. Peter Keenan became Nakama for another month. So thank you. He says,
Welcome.
hoping to see some more from the weaker Straw Hats.
Yes.
That's what kind of lacked in Wano, was the development of the other Straw Hats, such as Usopp, who got an increase in 300 million Barry, but then he didn't do anything
at all. Like, doesn't make sense.
We got another super chat. This is why we need to hurry up, right?
Yeah.
We got another super chat from Celestial Donkey, $20. Thank you so much, Celestial.
Thank you.
He says, so when we get $1,000 for Buggy cosplay, how much to keep it going for multiple shows?
That's your call, man.
Oh my god!
I know that's all I knew because you doing dressing up as Buggy, man.
How did this even start?
It was actually Sebastian's fault.
It was Sebastian's
Of course,
It was Sebastian's
of course, it's Sebastian's fault.
because he said it doesn't make.
All right. Anyway, I think I've reached the end of all of our super chats. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't liked the video just yet, please like the video because it helps us out overall. For everybody that's on TikTok, if you want to join us in the YouTube chat, please come through that One Piece Talk, the YouTube. Anyway, what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna do our sponsorship right now, and then we're gonna just take phone calls for the rest of the show. All right. So, Marv, can you hit that sponsorship, please?
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
Get the buggy love, bro. I'll never get it.
I don't.
All right. Anyway, real quick, before we go on the calls, we got a super chat from Mosh DMC. He says, "Cheers to the buggy cosplay at the film Red premiere." So that's when you think I'm going to get it. That's what you think is gonna happen. I'm gonna dress up like Buggy at the film premiere. We might as well do a whole nother goal, because that means I would have to be in Buggy cosplay watching the movie with everybody, and I gotta sit there looking like a clown.
And you said a big picture at the end too.
Nah, imagine these are all my followers.
These are all my followers. And they didn't even say which buggy. Buggy pre-time skip or buggy post-time skip?
I gotta do the Buggy pre-time skip because he has the post-time skip like hair. It's like crazy.
And now he kind of keeps his body separated like the entire time. He's basically a giant sheet at this point.
Yeah,
He's a giant
to make him look bigger.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Marv, throw up the number and then we'll do that. Yo, I'm gonna keep your phone just in case super chats come through. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You on this?
Yeah. Actually, that helps a lot. First call. Let's go.
Narutaku or Aaron? Let's go.
All right. What's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Back to reclaim my throne. What's going on, fellas?
Let's go.
Had to take back the crown. I was off for about a month, but I'm back.
Yo, Nerd Taco is punching the air right now. What's up, Aaron? How are you, brother?
What's going on?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing, man?
I'm all right, man. What's going on? What's your question?
My question this week is, do you think the series would benefit from more romance? Not really overdoing it, but so, for example, shedding more light on what's his face, Kinemon and Sudo. Do you think the series would have benefited more from shedding more light on their romantic story?
I love that question. You want to answer, Lai?
No, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. I've said it multiple times before. I love love. And I love the fact that, like, it exists. And I know that sounds super sappy and emotional, but I think that anytime love is introduced into a story, it's better than having people die within the story, because it adds a certain effect to the story itself, where love kind of like rules everything. Like it drives us to do whatever we need to do. Like love has made Wi-Fi exist and peanut butter exist and air conditioning exist. Like it's the reason we are so like creative as like humans, and it kind of like drives us and our souls to be good people for other people. And I think that when you add that into the story, and especially with like a significant other playing a role, it just adds stakes to a story. So like you have to be able to relate to somebody and how they feel. And if Suru was to end up like somehow dying, but we got all this story backlog of them just like loving each other, it would hit you so much harder if like Kinemon actually died. And like Suru ended up seeing it or like finding out and then seeing her heartbreak, it actually adds some like serious tone to the story that you can't really get unless you go through their story together and realize like how much they love each other or can't live without one another. And it's crazy because like when people have like a wife or a husband and they've been married for like 60 years and then one of them passes away, right? A week later, sometimes those older people die as well because of their significant others that have passed before them. So like heartbreak is real. Like heartbreak will actually end up killing you to an extent. And most people don't know how to react or get over heartbreak. So just to see like Sudo become a different person where she's faithful to a man for 20 years, she might go out and just go crazy for the next 5 years. And it just shows you how the human psyche can't really handle love in a very healthy way, but also it shows you how much sometimes you can't live without the other person. And it, you know, I know I'm going on about this, but like this is sort of like my favorite topic because sometimes like you also don't know how to get through love or like express yourself in the correct way in order to show that special person how much you do love them. And I think that Oda is such a great writer, and he has been for 20 plus years, that he would be able to land at any single point during a story about love just to make it better. And to point out, the first chapter, what's the first chapter titled? You guys know?
Romance Dawn.
Romance Dawn.
Yeah.
So this is a story about romance. And I think that we've been missing that love romance. Mm-hmm. We've just had too much Nakama romance and brotherly romance.
Yeah. And actually to go in harmony with Larry's thought, like the two best flashbacks that we kind of talked to date is one of them was Gotorizo in his flashback with he fell in love with a slave woman, then the Celestial Dragons took her away, and you saw his story. And the other story was Senior Pink about his wife and kids, and he was in love with his wife. And granted, it's all a tragedy, but we got impacted because love was involved. Like Gotorizo loved that woman, Senior Pink loved his wife, but the tragic happened. But like love was involved in their story that made it such a good flashback story to us. Like it spoke to us, and now we want those impactful love stories in One Piece because like they're good writing wise, and we can relate to them because like again, like Larry said, like love is a big impact of life in general. So like for it to be part of a story that we like it just adds more to the story.
Yeah.
And harmony what they're saying, like, and just like with the Gotorizo thing, when I saw that, because it took me a while to watch that movie, I wanted more of that flashback. I wanted to see like what was going on with like, because like you said, we can't have life without love, right? And to me, like love is best sensed when it's expressed, and One Piece is all about expressing everything. Right, just like for all we think about right here, like Lion got the two flashbacks, but even like we see what Luffy's willing to go through for his Nakama that he loves, right? But it's not romantic love. Like for example, when Nami was sick, imagine this something you could play how I would add to One Piece and make it better. But we see how much Luffy when Nami was sick back in Drum Kingdom is Chopper's home island.
Yeah, from Little Garden to
Drum
Kingdom.
In that blizzard cold weather, right? And Luffy's bleeding like crazy, and he's climbing up through a storm, that mountain, right? With Nami, clenching Nami, carrying her through with his teeth, climbing up that mountain. I felt for Luffy there. Like wow, like how much he's really going through for his Nakama, right? And this is a woman, so you could add a little romance there, even though it's like they don't have that type of relationship. But just the fact that Luffy was able to go this far for his Nakama. But imagine if Luffy, like in a situation, like if it was a romantic love story, right? Seeing someone able to go this far for someone their love, like a romantic love, would add to it because everyone can relate, but everyone would want it. Would add to the story. It would never not add to the story because also too when Luffy would climb up most of it and then he slid back down because his hands got too bloody to grip even the scale that like giant mountain, and it was like sliding all the way down. He had the key. He kept trying, not stopping. You know, so that adds to the story about what we see it like with love, because you think of love stories, right? People always love a good love story, right? And how passionate One Piece is in itself about almost everything about their goals or dreams. Adding love in there, showing that passion, showing that passion for their goals, their dreams, and for their Nakama, but also for the love of their life would make it great, you know? So it would definitely add to it. And then it'll be interesting to how he would add it into it too. Especially we see it's missing in One Piece, but it would make it greater if it was there.
Yeah.
You know.
What about you, Aaron? What do you think?
So real quick, I agree with pretty much everything you guys said. That breaking, like when people die of a broken heart, that's an actual condition.
Yes.
I forgot what it was called, but like that's a real condition that people can develop as far as a broken heart.
Yeah.
But I do think romance would enhance the story in a big way. I don't think it has to be. I don't think Oda has to go over the top with it, because at the end of the day, we are dealing with pirates, and pirates' main goal is to sail the seas and find treasure and all of that stuff. But I think with side characters like Kinemon and Sudo, I think those are opportunities where you can expound on their story. Like, for instance, in the flashback, when we first got introduced to Kinemon and Sudo, you got the sense that they were friends, and Kinemon, and they cared about each other a whole lot. But as soon as Odin killed that boar, and he went off to explore the land, Kinemon started following him right after. So we were never able to see at what point did Kinemon and Sudo develop a bond to the point to where they decided to get married, right?
Right.
So like at the end of the series, when you see them having that toast, that moment doesn't really hit hard enough for you, because we weren't able to really follow other pieces of their story. So I think when you have characters like that, where you have the opportunity to expand on their romantic story, that does hit a lot harder. I also think it would benefit for more the main characters to have love stories. So like, I think of instances like Yu Yu Hakusho, how satisfying it was to see Yusuke and his
Keiko.
girlfriend finally get together at the end of the series, even though the entire series, it seemed like Yusuke didn't really care about her at times, or you could see where he did care about her, but he didn't really know how to express himself in that way. You could see the way she cared about him, and then for it to all come back together at the end, it was one of the more satisfying moments of that series. And I think that is something that could help enhance the story of One Piece if Oda was to have written something like that. I think, but I think it's kind of too late, because like, he's made Luffy the kind of character that doesn't really care enough about romance to kind of make Luffy that. But I guess my next question is, what main character do you think could have a romantic story, or like could he expound on their romance with another character in the series?
Roger. Straight up.
That's interesting. So that year after they disbanded, and he had Ace.
Yeah. Just focus on the love life with Rouge, or Rogue, however you say her name.
Yeah, because
I think that would be the only character, in my opinion.
Well, I think that
would be interesting enough.
Even though he's doing it in a goofy way, I don't know why Oda doing it, because he's also married himself, but he's doing it in a goofy way. But it's also in a way why Sanji is part of the main character. He's part of the Straw Hats, and he's part of the Big Three. But Sanji is the most romantic person on the Straw Hat ship. Even on Whole Cake, the whole wedding thing, it was going back and forth about what. It was romantic for Sanji there, about marrying Pudding and everything, right? But he made Sanji just like a goofy romantic love ball in a way, you know? But like, Sanji does have this, it shows more when Sanji gets into serious moments, like the time with the whole wedding, and then you found out, like, who didn't feel for Sanji when he was going to just give in to marry Pudding? Yeah. And then you found out, like, the one person he could trust, she's actually evil. And she's like ripping Sanji, making fun of it. It was all fake. It was all an act. And you see Sanji just sitting there, you know, just listening to it all, you know? In a way, Sanji's heart was being broken, because we think of all the trauma he was going through. So Sanji, in a way, is that character in One Piece that we see the most romanticized, like with, because I know he goes after Robin, he goes after Nami, but really the one that Sanji really wants to be with, is in love with, is Nami. That's the one that's for Sanji. Because he's attracted to this girl, but the one he really wants is up there. Nami and Sanji kind of have this weird relationship where, like, even I think Lalo even called it out one time. Have you noticed where how Nami even addresses all the other Straw Hats, but the way she addresses Sanji is different? Sanji's the only person that she addresses as Kun, like Sanji Kun.
Yeah.
The other is Luffy, Zolo, whatever, but Sanji Kun. She says that prefix at the end of it. So, and also when Nami's reaction to when Sanji left, she took it like very hard, to like almost like her heart was broken. You know? So.
And then what about you, Aaron?
It's tough. I don't know if I could see, like, just like a what if scenario. I don't know if I could see Nami and Sanji together at the end of the series. I know I've seen a lot of stuff on social media about, you know, Nami and Luffy. I can kind of see that. But as far as romantic story, to be honest, I would love to see more of Kinnamon's and Sudo's backstory. I just feel like we needed more of that in the series. Like, how do you go from being friends at one point to 20 years later you guys were married, but all we saw was Kinnamon following Odin everywhere. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's what I needed.
There's a lot wrong with Wano. But listen, Aaron, thank you so much for the question, man. Yeah. I appreciate that question most of all. But we'll talk to you next episode.
Yeah. And Luffy's going to marry Bo Hancock. That's who he's going to be. Yeah. That's the one.
Oh, yeah. We need Luffy and Bo Hancock.
Yeah. That's the one woman he listens to. Have everyone caught that?
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
All right. I know Aaron did 2 questions. 1 question, people. 1 question. All right? I can't go on a tangent for like 15 minutes each. But yeah, you guys could call now.
People really shipping Luffy and Nami? What?
And I don't see it.
Yeah, they do that.
It's Luffy and Bo Hancock.
Listen, man, everybody ships everybody, man.
I mean, they're like a brother and sister relationship. That's weird.
Yeah.
That is like.
Yeah, it is.
I never see it.
What are you doing, step bro?
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that OnePiece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Salinas from the chat.
Hey, what up, Kev? How are you, brother?
Good, man. I tried to be Aaron, but goddamn, man, the guy's fast.
It's all right. What's up, man? What's your question?
Hey, so, I just been thinking a lot about the war, and because when I was in college, my last college course, I took an American history course, and, man, like, I learned a lot about, like, certain things that happened in certain battles that, without, like for example, like, my damn professor had me thinking that George Washington was a goddamn superhero because of how he explained, like, certain things he did led to us being, winning the war. So when it comes to this war, I was thinking, like, man, like, and I know this question is going to piss off Larry, but my thing was, if Marco wouldn't have been brought by Neko, would we still have had a chance of winning this war?
Yes.
Most definitely.
No, but because... Go ahead.
No, go.
Well, because I was thinking, like, he caused Big Mom's amnesia. So if it caused a delay in any type of movement between Big Mom and Kaido, right? And then on top of that, he caused, big generals like Smoothie and Pespero from not showing up earlier and having a better defense at the beginning of the war. And also caused a delay in order for Chopper to be able to, heal certain people that ended up being a big factor in the victory. So that's why I was thinking that. What's your take?
That's a good argument.
No, there's good arguments. The thing I'm always gonna say is like plot. Like literally just plot. Like the fact was, it's like Luffy was always gonna win somehow, some way, and like yeah, they would have took losses, but the Straw Hats wouldn't have taken any losses. It would have been the samurai who took losses. Did he hang up? Yeah, he hung up. It hung up randomly. Oh, so I'll just answer the question. But I think the Straw Hats would have not taken losses.
Because also, too, Zoro would have stayed on the ground. Because Marco's the one that got him up there.
Yeah,
so he would have played a bigger factor on the bottom.
That's true. And Zoro didn't really need to go on the rooftop. Besides, I guess, taking the sovereignty attack.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Luffy would have took it somehow and been
I don't know. That moment with Zoro cuts Kaido when we find out he was a king disposition user would have been taken away.
Listen, at this point in the anime, they already spoiled it. He did it while drinking.
That would. But the thing is, the main thing is like, yeah, it was written that way. But to me, Marco didn't play that much of a factor to change the tides of the war. That's what I'm getting at.
The only big thing Marco really did was help the Ice Oni virus not spread faster than it was spreading.
Yeah.
That's the only real thing he did. Everything else, everything else could have just happened without him. Mm-hmm. Pearl could have been taken by somebody else.
But no, he did say for instance, Big Mom was just there. When Marco hit.
Listen, she probably wouldn't have been fighting.
No, but somebody
she probably would have just been chilling.
Remember, we all argue that where was Big Mom's crew out throughout the war? Because Marco caused that. If that didn't happen,
I'm telling you right now. If not, Big Mom decides to betray Kaido right then and there.
But also
because that's what she was planning to do.
And if Big Mom's crew at the war, does Queen leash out that Ice Oni because Big Mom's crew's here? He wouldn't need to.
He wouldn't even care. He'd just do it anyway. I'm telling you, they would have been infighting the whole time.
So then, it would have been different. So Marco didn't
really need to be there except for the virus.
Yeah,
that's
about it.
But next call, Marv. We could put the lines open again. Yo, Kev, I don't know what happened to you, bro, but thank you for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Hope you're all right.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't, something bad didn't happen.
Probably got a chancleta. Shit hit him. Hung up. Mm-hmm. I don't see Marco doing anything, really. He got bodied by King as soon as it was 1v1.
Yeah.
Queen and King weren't really going all out against them. Pearl Sparrow. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you? Hello?
Oh. It's Blurred.
Hey, what's up, Blurred?
What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
I'm glad to hear you for the first time, man. Thank you so much for the super chats earlier.
Yeah. Oh, always. Pleasure to be here with you guys.
Thank you. Yo, what's your question, man? Tell me.
All right, so the question was from the one from Discord earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if in the end they get to Laptail and the One Piece is Pandaman?
Like the One Piece is Pandaman, or like he's guarding the One Piece?
Guarding.
All right. So I know I told you I wanted to answer this question on video. I thought it was a dope question, and my mind immediately went to him being like a mythical Zoan deity, where it's like a panda deity. I don't know much about deities in Chinese mythology, but he could be one. And I think that the fact is Oda could play around with the idea of the gag of him being like in the background of all times, but it could be where he's consistently looking at the dangers of who can possibly become the next Pirate King, and what One Piece, if it is something regarding you're inheriting a certain knowledge of or a certain power, he's the guy you got to get through first, where he becomes like relevant. And why do I say that? It's because I think his bounty was, what was Pandaman's bounty again? Wasn't it like $9.99.99? Like there was like a bunch of whole nines.
Yeah, I remember something like
it was a high bounty though, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I would like to see that Pandaman looked like a gag, but he ended up actually having a significant role within the story to make him like this ancient guardian that lived through or had this personal responsibility from the ancient kingdom, and we get some more information about the ancient kingdom itself. He's not there for a long time. It's just probably somebody you got to get through, and depending on your answer before he gives you the One Piece, he decides to like take you out, or he just moves to the side and says, here, you deserve this. It would be interesting to me. Does it fit the One Piece story? Probably not. It fits a whole nother story, but I think that it would add something like very mysterious to this character that's been in these chapters for like 1,000+. And you don't really see him unless you spot him, or you're weird like Sebastian, who looks at every single thing on the page. So that's me.
I mean, I was thinking like it does sound interesting, kind of funny at the same time too. But I was just going back to when did Roger meet this man then? Roger's like the first person who went to the Raftail Island. Like he's the first person who went to Logstar. Then he's the first person to go to Raftail, to our knowledge. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, did he laugh when he saw Pandaman? Like I don't know, like
thank you.
I was thinking if he's relevant, what's the story with him and Roger then? Because Roger would have met this creature. So like, but I don't know. Like,
Roger sent him.
I just said it. Like,
Yeah, I've been.
not even Joy, but Roger.
It'd just be interesting that if it was him, because I always kind of like that role where someone is like all this, like not really pretending, but like he gives off the pretense that he's weak and not strong and is sitting back a while. Then you find out this dude is a monster.
Yeah.
You know, I've kind of always liked that idea. Like,
Bro,
there's a story.
what about this idea? What if, you know how like every other generation is supposed to resemble the next? So like how Luffy resembles Roger to an extent, right? Or like Zoro resembles Rayleigh and, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
What if Roger resembled Joy Boy, or like they had like a chopper on Roger's ship, right? Mm-hmm. That was Joy Boy's chopper, but like he wasn't Chopper with a low bounty. He was like Chopper with the high bounty, and like he was the dangerous one on the crew for Joy Boy, and he was the one that was supposed to guard the One Piece after his death.
See, now you got me thinking he's in that egg that's in Roger's ship.
he was in the
But what I'm saying is like, what if Pandaman was Joy Boy's companion?
like Zoe.
Yeah,
Zoe
but
to,
due to his mythological Zoan, his mythical Zoan, he couldn't really die.
That's wild.
So he was like serving this lifetime promise the same way Zunisha has this lifetime promise. Oof.
To see for Roger, like I was too early.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see who's the one that made it on time, or who was on the time, the Joy Boy that I couldn't be because I was too early. So Pandaman's just like, so this is who Roger, you know, like who.
Now I have to wait just a little longer.
Yeah. So that would be interesting if, like, in that
I don't
aspect.
know.
We just made our own story with the Pandaman thing, and I like it, Blur. Like,
What about you, Blurred? What do you think?
You're gonna hate it, but they're gonna get there and he's gonna take off the panda head in his buggy.
Oh my god. Yo,
I
Marv,
can't
turn the
with
show off.
you.
Turn the show off, bro. What's
Why?
wrong with you, bro? Why would it be buggy, bro?
Why?
It makes no sense.
That's not how I said. I like that whole idea where like they give up the pretense they're not strong,
Buggy the
and they
whole time.
really and if it's buggy the time, just pretending I'm not really a coward. That's what I don't like. That's what I would like.
I do have some very exciting buggy predictions for the buggy fans. I do believe that Captain John's treasure, he accidentally came across the map for the One Piece. And I think that Buggy, who's been trying to find Captain John's treasure, will happen to run into the treasure and find out it was actually the One Piece. That's because he always falls upwards, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen for him. And I hate it.
That's
But does he find it before Luffy? No. He'll probably find it after. But it would be like the end of the series, like he finds it, you know? And he's like, oh, this is Captain John's treasure? How would he be able to find the one? Like, how did he even know? And then we get the rocks lore.
It's funny because I feel like Oda's not gonna do it, but it's like he killed Buggy off in like a cry, like him crying out like thing. That would like hurt so much of his own show that I legit think people would probably drop the show because he killed off Buggy.
No, that would definitely happen. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, but Blurred, thank you so much for the question. I'm so glad we got to hear you for the first time, brother.
Yeah, man.
I hope to hear from you again.
Same. I got another question later. So
All right, definitely ask in Discord. Thank you, man.
Reddit.
Hey, everybody, thank you for the super chats. We're going to get to them, I promise. I just want to take a little bit more phone calls before we do. See? This is That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry. Who are you and how are you?
It's Slat. What's up, guys?
Hey, what up, Slat? Long time no talk, man. How are you?
I'm good. I finally caught you guys again.
Hey, thank you for catching us, man. What's
I had to
up?
hop on TikTok Live. That YouTube is lagging.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like probably like 15 seconds behind the TikTok.
Really?
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
nah, let me hop
Oh
on.
yeah. Sometimes it's like that. But what's up, man? What's your question, bro?
So, well, why are y'all still putting Shanks above Mihawk? What's up with y'all?
Yo, we've explained it, man. You've watched
No, there's no explain it. I said time and time again, Mihawk over Shanks. So I'm just confused on where this Shanks over Mihawk thing is coming from.
I want to hear why you believe
Yeah,
Mihawk is over.
you
Shanks.
tell us, bro.
He's a greater swordsman. Shanks has never been shown to use anything but his sword. Even if you say he uses his haki, he uses haki through his sword. Most swordsmen, if you say they don't use their sword, they're just using their sword as an extension of their power. I still feel like that makes them a swordsman because they're fighting with a sword. So if Mihawk has greater skill in swordsmanship and the fighting style is based on the sword, I feel like that just means he's a better fighter.
Okay, so you want to answer this or?
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to
Because he was wrong on two parts.
Okay. I'll see if I cover him. All right. So now, what you said, the insight, honestly, I can understand your reasoning, but I'm going to give you some counters. Right. So remember in the beginning when they talked about Mihawk being the greatest swordsman, remember that Mihawk is older than Shanks. So when he achieved the title of the greatest swordsman, it was before Shanks was really in the game. Right. So while So while Mihawk's carrying that title, that's when young Shanks comes along, right? And they fight. And note how, yes, while he already has the title of the world's greatest swordsman, note how he doesn't beat Shanks, right? But the young Shanks is able to draw with him, right? And yes, Mihawk may have better skills, right? What they said, better swordsmanship, but doesn't mean you're a better fighter. That's like, for example, in the martial arts, someone's techniques or he mastered techniques better in the martial arts, but the stronger fighter, right, is able to draw with him because he has his talent or his physical strength or whatever is able to compete with him. So just elf skill-wise, his thing may be better than Shanks, but for what we've seen with haki-wise, Mihawk has shown nothing to compete with Shanks with haki-wise, right? And we don't even know if Mihawk's even a conqueror yet. So when we find out, I believe he is, and to me, honestly, thank you. Oda better make Mihawk a conqueror.
He better.
He better. I don't see him not being a conqueror, you know? But if Oda does the regardless, he's not a conqueror, right? And then we see how strong Shanks' conquerors is, even to shut down other people's abilities, right? How is Mihawk going to compete? Because swordsmanship wouldn't be able to compete with that level of haki. You know, haki or whatever.
Stop spoiling, bro.
What do you mean? I stopped.
Whatever you're saying, just stop.
I stopped that one. This was fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about his ability, what we've seen in the manga.
Yeah.
His conquerors.
Stop spoiling.
I didn't spoil anything.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything.
bro.
I didn't see anything.
I'm gonna suplex you.
But I didn't see anything and I didn't say anything. So I didn't spoil nothing.
Yeah.
Right? But it was just a thought that I had, but maybe people may not know it yet. So that's why I stopped. But what I did say was that what we see with the conquerors, right? With Shanks able to shut down an admiral's ability. Mihawk has not shown any type of haki to that extent, right? So how would Mihawk's swordsmanship be able to beat Shanks at that level? Because remember, they stopped fighting after Shanks lost his arm, right? So that means Mihawk has
stopped the fighting.
Huh?
Who stopped the fighting though? Who didn't want to fight no more?
Mihawk?
Yeah, Mihawk ain't want to fight no more. That boy Shanks is washed up. That's what he's thinking.
I'll never get that washed up part because people forget.
No, Shanks is definitely not washed up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Mihawk in Mihawk's eyes.
Well, put it this way. Mihawk, by my perception, probably has one of the worst observation hakis in the show. And I'll tell you why. Shanks, after losing his arm, ended up becoming a Yonko, which means that he's stronger than he was when he versed Mihawk and tied with him 19-something years ago. 1. 2, let me ask you this, Slat. When Mihawk sent that sword slash at a Yonko, who was Whitebeard, and it got thrown by Jozu away, would that have happened to Red Hair Shanks? If Shanks threw a sword slash, would Jozu have been able to block it?
If Shanks wasn't going to kill, absolutely.
Oh, not going to kill.
Believe that.
Oh.
But okay, I'm gonna put it like so. Shanks didn't lose his arms till 2 years ago. So this 15 years ago narrative to me is a little iffy because he only lost his arm 2 years ago. So in my head,
No, Shanks
they had to be.
Shanks lost his arm when Luffy was a child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm bugging out my mind. Ain't no way I just said that in 4K. That's wild.
All right, let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question. How many times did Mihawk try to slice Luffy up during Marineford War?
But also, let me ask you this: was Mihawk not showing Luffy his future?
No, he wasn't. So we're just gonna
Luffy
skip. So we making
getting
excuses.
cut
What you saying? You making
Luffy
excuses
saw
because
his arms.
that was pre-time skip.
Luffy saw his arms about to get chopped off.
Mm-hmm.
No observation haki. He doesn't have advanced observation haki at this point, so we know it's not precognition. How did he see his arms getting chopped off?
Because Luffy was tapping into haki before he knew what it was.
Yeah.
The same way. Hold on. So let me
I
ask.
don't know about
hold on.
that.
So let me ask you this: did Luffy knowingly tap into Supreme King Conqueror's haki and knock everybody out around him in the war?
But
he doesn't. Oh, so
have to have
hold on.
Focus.
So you're telling me no? So you're telling me that he's able to tap into haki that he has no knowledge of.
All I'm saying is...
Oh, so then that rests my case.
Hold on. No, hold on. It's been shown that you have to be in a completely calm and focused state of mind to use precognition advanced observation haki. We've seen that because when he gets riled up, he was in a completely riled up state. Ace is about to die. I can't see Luffy being in a calm enough state of mind to use advanced observation haki in that situation.
Well, you're actually...
based on how Oda's explained it.
But Mihawk actually comments on Luffy saying he's surprisingly calm. Like, Mihawk realized that Luffy used observation in that moment to stop his attack. Because Mihawk was the one who said that Luffy's actually surprisingly calm. Even though he's in the state, that Luffy was calm enough to unlock his observation at that moment.
Hold on. Before we get to the next one, I want to ask you one more question. If Shanks clashes with Vista, what happens to the sky, yo?
You think the sky is splitting if he clashes with Vista?
Would there be a greater chance of Shanks making the sky split, or would Mihawk make the sky split?
The sky's not splitting. The sky's not splitting if Vista is involved.
Not Vista.
I refuse
so does Shanks clash with Vista at all? Like, does he have a hard time with Vista at all?
I think if Shanks is chilling and he just wants to fight so the Marines aren't on his neck, yes.
Oh, so
y'all making it seem like Mihawk is going all out trying to take these people down.
See, this is the thing.
He's there to do a job.
And his job was to perform as best as he could, so the Marines don't have to deal with those pirates. But he didn't do anything.
Do you think he cares? Do you think he cares that much about them pirates? He's just there so they don't be barking down his neck.
And what ended up happening to him? He got hunted down like a dog.
And then what happened after that?
Did they hunt down Shanks? Did they hunt down Shanks? Nah.
I was in it.
Shanks is in a one-man army.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's so much, like... The fact that the manga specifically said swordsmanship skill, like swordsman skill. It's not, the better fighter. It's
or stronger fighter.
The stronger person. It's literally, you good at boxing, Lawrence? I'm good at boxing too. But you're better at boxing. But I could kick you in the face. It's like, like that's what we're talking about. It's boxing versus UFC at this point. And you also were wrong about Shanks using haki with his sword only. Again, he's used haki without the sword plenty of times.
I'm not saying he fights with his haki through his sword. Shanks isn't about to. He's not really throwing haki punches like that. He's not throwing haki kicks.
Why wouldn't he?
That boy got one fist. What do you mean?
So if Shanks.
So does Kid.
So hold on. If Mihawk and Shanks.
Another fist.
If Shanks and Mihawk put their swords down, and they go and fight Kaido, who you got?
Honestly, if they put their swords down and went and fought Kaido,
who you got winning versus Kaido?
In my mind, I think honestly.
You taking mad long to answer this, bro.
That's because I got to think about it.
Oh, you got to think about it.
You're giving me a person with one hand and a person.
Bro, we got a talking starfish. Papagu literally
Nah,
willed
I'm
himself to
taking
talk,
me-
and we talking about a
honestly, nah, this
man
sounds-
that has one arm, and he can't will himself to be Yonko level. He just did that. Proved everybody wrong. The only person that doesn't know that because his observation is lacking, as from what we've seen, is Mihawk. And the fact is, he don't want the sauce. Because if he wanted the sauce, he would just fight him and beat him.
You're wildin'. You're wildin'.
Well,
So
Yeah, wow,
Mihawk,
that's
you know
not
what's
the case.
crazy? Mihawk is just fine with having his last duel be a draw. That's it. Like, Mihawk's like, yo, I'm satisfied, bro. He got stronger, but you know what? I'm satisfied with just the single, draw that we had.
Okay, now exactly. I want you to think about this, right? Mihawk
this-
wants somebody to surpass him. All Mihawk wants to do is fight somebody that is worthy to fight against him.
It's crazy,
So,
yo.
if he doesn't care that much about Shanks, then in my mind, Shanks obviously cannot be that much. He can't be present in Mihawk's mind that much.
Bro, the fact is, Shanks got stronger, and if they both put
So
their
did
swords down, you still don't know. You can't pick who would beat Kaido. And, like, that says enough about your degree of trust in Mihawk overall. It's really just this. Y'all believe that Shanks is not a stronger person than Mihawk based on the title of swordsman and being the
No.
greatest in the verse for that.
But hold on, if we take away Zoro's swords, is Zoro useless?
He's not useless, but he's not stronger.
Yeah, he's
I'm not saying that he's stronger, but in generally speaking, his deadliness may go down because he's not using a sword anymore. But his attack power is gonna be pretty equal to what it was before. Mihawk. if he
No,
goes
it is
first,
not,
No,
bro.
it's not.
What are we talking about?
It's
All right,
not.
we gotta get to other calls, and I'm not gonna spend all day on this. But listen, Slap,
Y'all wildin'.
yo,
you could think that,
We
but
gotta
like
hop in Discord. We gotta hop in Discord.
when it's all finally revealed to all y'all Mihawk stands, y'all gonna be so disappointed in the fact that like y'all couldn't recognize what was actually happening. But I'll just leave it on that.
Yeah.
Slat, thank
Yeah.
you so much for calling up.
Thank
bro.
you.
thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this later. Y'all
Remember,
wildin'.
remember
Alright,
Mihawk
bro.
walked away at the war when Shanks rolled up. I'm not trying to fight Shanks.
Everybody walked away. The war was over. You wildin'. The war was over.
It always
because-
seems like Mihawk don't want to fight though when Shanks is around.
Hey,
But again,
Y'all wildin'.
all right, Slat, thank you for calling,
story
bro.
will tell. Story will
Of
tell.
course,
But
y'all
yeah.
have a good rest of your night.
Yeah,
too,
thank
man.
you, Brody.
Thank you for
Appreciate
calling.
you.
Yeah, call again, please.
Oh my god, I'll never get it, bro. It's the same shit. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
This is a new viewer from Texas. I just had a quick question for y'all.
Oh, hold on, what's your name though?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, my name's Trent. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to
Trent.
meet you, Trent. First off, thank you for watching.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I
And-
got turned on by Par, so you can thank him.
yeah,
thank you.
Nice.
yeah, Par's a good dude.
Great to have you.
Shout out to Texas, and also thank you for calling, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your question?
Yeah, for sure. So my question is, it's pretty clear that the final saga's major flashback's probably going to involve God Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Who do y'all think is going to be involved in that flashback that we don't already know about? Like, we know Garp was there, we know Big Mom and Kaido were there, but who else?
Who else? I think Rocks, right? Like, I can't name any other characters that I don't know about.
I mean,
but I think that Rocks will be more fleshed out.
Yeah.
He won't be a silhouette anymore.
I know a lot of people, like, we know of the Celestial Dragon there, but we don't know if that Celestial Dragon's still alive or who he is specifically. I heard some people say it might be even Im-sama who was there that Rocks took. So I think that would be probably a big reveal for us, that finding out who was the Celestial Dragon that Rocks took. That whether he was going to kill him or use him for leverage or whatever purpose that Rocks had, I think that's probably going to be a big plot towards the flashback, towards what's going to happen now.
Yeah, and also too, there's some speculation that what's her name? The one that's controlling Whitebeard's supposed baby mom. That she was on the rocks, so it would be revealed that she was actually there, and that could possibly be Whitebeard's son or not. And
She's not getting more fleshed out, bro.
No, I'm thinking like if she shows up on the rocks, she'll be like, oh, because Marco even said it too. It's like they did serve at one time, possibly on one ship. When would that be?
Yo, low key, you know who's gonna be more fleshed out too? Shaki.
Yeah, I was gonna bring. That's what I'm
Shaki
bringing
was
up next.
a badass from what was said.
There's speculation that she might have been on Rox's ship as well.
No, she was. It was confirmed.
You sure?
When?
Yeah.
When?
Wasn't it confirmed, or am I thinking?
She said that she was. Well, that's Oda did it reveal later on, but
Yeah.
the only thing we know is she was a pirate during.
No. She was a pirate on Rox's ship. There was like a silhouette or something.
No, they just said she was a pirate and she got chased
Yo,
by
am I
Garp.
bugging?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you
Yo,
are.
Trent, am I wrong?
I don't think it's confirmed. I know
Yeah.
she was a pirate 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Around
Yeah.
the time of Rox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, she still looks young.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
What about you, Trent? What do you think?
So I think the major players in the final saga are going to be heavily tied to God Valley. So I think Buggy, Shanks, and Blackbeard, and possibly even Dragon are all involved.
Buggy. Why
I
Buggy?
think Buggy and Shanks were both babies at the time, and I think somehow God Valley has something to do with like child trafficking.
Oh,
Yeah, they were both there. Okay,
you
being
saw
sold or something?
you saw Par's child trafficking video.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Par
god.
definitely influenced it.
Yeah, Shanks is like a whole molester in that video. I mean, it could be interesting. I could see, like, I know there's theories about Buggy being a D clan, not a D clan member, a celestial dragon of some sort, or Shanks being a celestial dragon. I don't know. It would seem kind of weird for Shanks, for Roger just to take two kids, unless he did something that he did with, like, Garp, where he told, like, Garp to take Ace and make sure he's safe and grow up in a safer environment or something like that. I don't know, man. I just feel like the one thing I hope is, like, I hope that Oda doesn't storyboard God Valley in any way.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're going to get God Valley information, please flesh it out in a flashback that's very similar to Odin's flashback, where we get, like, a long flashback, but, like, it's very important. Like, everything in it just hits nonstop.
Yeah, what if we found out the reason why Rox went to God Valley is because, since you guys mentioned child trafficking, his son was taken.
Oh, taken?
Yeah, taken. He was like, yo, I'm getting my son back. And then, I don't know why Roger would be there trying to stop him for that, but maybe he didn't know. But what if that was the reason?
Well,
Confronting
I think
them.
it's possible he tried to take it too far and started killing innocents just to get his son back, and so
Maybe.
Garp and Roger had to stop
Oh,
him.
yeah. This is the thing, too. It's like, if we're going to go to God Valley and we're going to get some Rox details, Rox needs to match his ambition.
Yeah, he
Like,
better.
the king of the world is bigger than the king of the pirates, or finding the all blue, or being the best father of all time to a bunch of misfits. Like, this dude had a goal that's very comparable to, like, what happened in the ancient kingdom days, where, like, these 20 kingdoms overtook the ancient kingdom and created the world government. Like, he was of that mindset, but by himself.
Yeah.
And 3 other pirates who now rule the world as we know it. It's like, what? Like, this dude reigned supreme over them, made them bend the knee. And then he had Roger, who's considered the greatest of all time, and Garp, who's considered the strongest Marine of all time. It's like, all these dudes had to come together in order to, like, beat him. So I need to see the most badass character of all time get taken out in, like, the craziest means. And I'm going to be real. I hope there's just a movie about it.
Yeah, no,
I would love if there's a movie and no Straw Hats are in it. It's just a movie about that.
it'll be interesting because there's a lot of conquerors like that there going on there. But also, too, what I always noted why I thought it was weird. 'Cause you know how you have Roger, who's kind of big, Whitebeard, who's kind of big, Big Mom's kind of big.
He's small.
Yeah, exactly.
And he reigns supreme over them.
But note how Luffy's small as well. So I don't know. I always kind of compared that to, or saw a similarity to that, like. Because I know we talk about Luffy possibly being part of Rox's family, but Luffy's like normal average height amongst fighting a bunch of monsters who are way bigger than conquerors, right? But like we saw, because Roger's not crazy big, but he's tall as heck. Like he's a little bit shorter than Whitebeard. But this dude, compared to them, Rox was looking like a midget. But he wasn't. He's not a midget, of course. You know? It made me think of Luffy, how small Luffy is going against Whitebeard, going against Kaido, going against Big Mom, going against these giants. Yeah, he's standing with them, but he's like normal height compared to them.
Rox actually might be close to around Roger's height, though.
No, he was shorter. That silhouette, he was way shorter than Roger.
Yeah, I would just like to see more lore regarding God Valley as well. I think that God Valley is going to be probably something that if Oda doesn't land correctly, it could really somehow mess up One Piece and the ending of it, right? Like if he doesn't land Shanks, then it's like, this is not what the fruit was supposed to bear, you know? Like, there's specific things in the story that Oda needs to land, and for me, God Valley has to be something he has to land absolute. If not, it brings One Piece down overall.
Yeah, because Oda's been kind of showing that Shanks is somewhat special in his own right. Like, he may not be from anything like Zoro, but either way, their will is special in that essence. It made them special.
The only thing, too, I don't want to happen is, like, I don't want the lore of, like, ancient fruits to be so heavily in the story.
Right.
So, like, for example, we have this whole heavily, insinuated thing about Big Mom and Kaido and the fish fruit that Kaido has. I don't want it to be where, like, that's in play, but then we have the Yami Yami in play where Rocks had it, and then it somehow was supposed to go through, like, this manifestation of reincarnation, which then Blackbeard ends up getting later in the future, and then he has the will of Rocks. And I'm like, okay, so, like, I don't want devil fruits to be so important during God Valley. I want the characters themselves and their ambitions and their reasonings of what they're doing and why they're doing it. And I think that would be so much better than the lore of devil fruits.
Yeah, I would hate it actually a lot if Rocks had Blackbeard's fruit. I would hate it a lot. Like, I would favor it. I mean, I would like Rocks to have no fruit. If he did, it makes sense how he wrote it. He might have Kaido's fruit, but definitely I would prefer Kaido's over Blackbeard's. Blackbeard is just
what if he had both?
I don't want him.
Beards?
That's the thing too.
Yeah.
I don't want. I think the most badass characters in the show just don't have devil fruits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
No,
and that would give
Luffy's,
more Kaido
Luffy's
everything
killing it.
that he was the strongest out of his crew, and he's the one who didn't have a fruit, while Whitebeard and Big Mom had a fruit.
Yeah.
Like, that would be dope to me.
A little more credit does go to ones without fruits, though. I will say that. But
Yeah.
like with Luffy, he has an ability, you know?
Yeah.
So, but
what about you, Trent? What do you think about all we said?
I just think God Valley is going to be the major flashback to the final saga, and so I think it's got to tie in all the major characters in the final saga, and so that could include anyone from Dragon to Vegapunk to Shanks to Buggy to Blackbeard, and then somehow they're going to tie all those people together.
it just hit me. I'm sorry. That's probably where we'll find out the Burnt Man through God Valley.
Nah,
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
Because he's talking about through the flashback.
No,
He has to be in there somewhere.
I think this is a short-term idea.
Yeah.
For the Burning Man, it's probably gonna be Sabo.
Nah,
I don't
I don't know. I don't know, bro. But yo, Trent, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the question. You definitely had us going for a second.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate all the time.
Yeah, man. Can't wait to hear more from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Call back.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
But.
I hope it's not Sabo. But I think it's
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think it's gonna be someone like from the past, the Burnt Man, because it was written and they read it off a poneglyph, right? He may not even be alive for all we know, but he did something. Like he left behind something, you know? It could be that.
Yeah, you good, bro?
Defeat the waterline, man.
Yeah, use your hockey,
Use
bro.
your hockey, man.
You good? This is that One Piece talk. My name is Larry. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, it's your boy Nerd Taku.
Oh, you finally made it.
What's going on?
What's
Hey,
up,
I
man?
wasn't gonna hog the spotlight like Aaron Tate does all the time. I had to let some people else call in.
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, no, I'm not too bad. It's a pretty good day. It's a little rainy outside, but it's all right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like rainy days. But what's your question?
Okay, so I have one statement and then I have a question. I just think that Pandaman is actually Big News Morgan just wearing a mask because we don't know what he actually looks like when he's not in his zone form, and that's how he gets all the scoops to everything because he's always actually there.
That'd be funny.
Okay.
But my question is, if you would get a chance to pick someone to be on the Cross Guild as either a gag or actually like a legitimate addition, who would you pick?
On the Cross Guild?
Yeah.
Perona. I don't know why I thought of her.
Corona.
Yeah. Because I feel like she just fits it.
I mean, that would
It would
help.
make sense that she went with Mihawk.
Yeah. And like her ability is like very Cross Guildish.
But you said gag and non-gag, like a real character.
Yeah, like, you know, like obviously there's like the gag characters that are just like, they're not actually strong, they're just kind of there, kind of like Buggy. But then like an actual legitimate addition, like if someone was like strong that you wanted to join.
Who's that one guy that Sanji bodied with the marine knuckles? He has like the full blast or something.
Full body.
Full body would be in that if he was a pirate.
Oh, because he's a Marine.
Yeah, I know, but like if he stopped being a Marine, he'd probably be in that. He's like one of those gag characters.
I thought of no, go ahead, Lionel.
No, go. Because my phone's still acting up.
I thought of I remember I was talking to Sebastian. I said Foxy or
oh yeah, Foxy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
As a gag character, because he's funny, like pretty much, and he wasn't filler apparently, which I was shocked about. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really mess with that arc. I was just like, this is. The only reason I didn't mess with it, it was fun. I just got annoyed that Luffy was somewhat struggling against him.
Yo,
and I was like, Luffy, you're better than this.
I'm gonna be real, and I hate that I'm gonna say this, but Anel would be a part of Cross Guild.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so, bro.
He's so much of a. I mean, so is Mihawk. So I can't even say so much of a loner.
Yeah,
so
but
is
he's like
Mihawk.
a glass cannon too, and you know he's sort of like a idiot to an extent.
That's why I thought of Weevil being part of it.
Nah, Weevil's like he kind of has like a disability.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong with it though.
I think he's honestly Oda setting Weevil up for Blackbeard. He's gonna show how strong Blackbeard is.
You know, I don't understand you guys. When a character shows up for like 30 seconds or like 3 panels and automatically he has some significance to the story, like he didn't do anything.
No,
he hasn't been mentioned once after that.
The only reason why I'm saying he's setting up for Blackbeard is because they said that Weevil, right, is reminiscent, or I'm sorry, not reminiscent, is showing like Whitebeard in his youth, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So him getting stronger to showcase Blackbeard's strength. You know how you ask someone to show someone who's
So
also
you
strong?
think that Weevil's gonna be in a Cross Guild?
No. I mean, it would be a funny addition, like to add to that. But I really think Weevil is going to be taken out by Blackbeard to show how strong Blackbeard is.
I'm trying to think. I started thinking of. Like,
damn, so Marco wasn't strong enough to show him how strong. I love it.
Nah, Marco's not.
What about you, Law?
I started thinking of the worst generation. I thought of maybe Kid or Law or Kid or Law.
Don't disrespect them like that.
Why not?
Kid or Law?
Not Killer, but Kid for sure.
I thought of Kid or possibly Law. I thought of also Rogie, Mad Monk.
Capone will be more likely the end of.
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah. Capone will be most likely the end of the Cross Guild because he is legit an organization.
Yeah, I can
he
see
has a
Capone.
family. Yeah.
I can see Capone too.
Yeah. What about you, Taku? What do you think?
So I thought it'd be really funny if, since Buggy kind of spent all of Crocodile's money, that they would just go like hold Wapple for ransom to get his money for his kingdom and actually make him a part of the Cross Guild just as like a funding.
Wapple, that would be hilarious.
He's such a gag character. He sucks so bad, but it would be really funny because he does have his own kingdom. And he does have a lot of money, so I mean, he was at the Reverie. It would be interesting.
That is true. How he keeps working himself back in the game is crazy.
As a legitimate addition, I was definitely thinking it would be really interesting to see them break into Impel Down again and get Doflamingo out, because Crocodile even wanted to. Like they talked during Marineford about working together, and same with Mihawk. So it would almost kind of be like a callback to that moment if they were all working together. But Dofi's strings wouldn't really work on Buggy either. So it would be really interesting because none of them could really hurt him.
That brings up the question, like, would Dofi take over because he's a conqueror?
Well, Mihawk
that's a good question.
Mihawk should be a conqueror.
Yeah.
And he would definitely try to take over. And Buggy and Mihawk's Doflamingo strings would work against
I know
Buggy.
this is gonna be very slanderish, but like Mihawk don't be showing conqueror vibes.
He don't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little Oda has
I
me
don't
scared.
I don't get BDE from Mihawk, bro.
Oda has me a little questioning about that. I'm like, I don't see a conqueror.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do it because Crocodile didn't want to work with Doflamingo at Marineford.
He don't want to work with anybody.
I mean, besides Mihawk,
he's just a loner.
Yeah, because that's why they won't go in order. Because Doflamingo tried getting Crocodile underneath him. Mihawk's not trying to do that because Mihawk's really not trying to like rule or control anything. He really just wants more quiet. He wants to fight when he wants to fight and live quietly when he wants to live quietly. So he's like, I want to do whatever I want when I want to do it on no one else's terms, my own. That's Mihawk.
Yeah.
I want to fight when I want to fight, and I want to do this when I want to drink my wine. When I drink my wine, I want to live freely. So that's why he doesn't want the Yonko title. He doesn't want any of that. He just really just wants to. He wants nothing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I actually had like a kind of a thought about like the whole Mihawk Shanks thing, and I was wondering since they were both kind of coming up around the same time, I wonder if like Mihawk was ever on Shanks's crew as one of his commanders, but since he never actually showed enough ambition to take the One Piece and kind of etch their name in history, that he left the whole crew so that way he could follow his dreams to become the world's greatest swordsman.
Yo, Nerdtaku, go to YouTube, type in the Hidden Island.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
and
thing.
go to his Mihawk was actually Shanks's right-hand man. There's a video on it, and he basically says exactly what you think, but in a better way, and it's very believable.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's the reason why. Basically, Mihawk is the Zoro of Shanks's crew, and in order to be in order to do whatever ambition Mihawk had, he would have had to defeat Shanks or something like that, and then he ended up leaving the crew or something. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting video that's like, yo, he really might have been part of the Red Hair Pirates. And like, he was under Shanks. So check that out. But thank you so much for calling up, Nataku, as usual, man. I very much appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm looking forward to October to go see this movie.
Yeah. We're going to set things up. I got to talk to the guys, and then once that release date comes out, we're going to do something big.
Someone said in the chat that it's official, like October 22nd, I believe, is the official release date.
I don't know. I don't
know if the chat was right, though.
I got to check it out after I get out of the show, because all I know is that they announced it for October. That's it. I haven't been on Twitter or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, then, Nataku. Thank you, bro.
I can't wait to come check it out.
Yeah, same, man. I'll talk to you later, though, bro.
Later. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
Bye.
Later. We're going to get one more call in, and then I got to hit these super chats, I think, guys, because you guys got a couple in here.
Thank you.
Marv, the lines are open, right? Yeah. All right. Let me see where I left off at with the super chats.
You know what's crazy? While no one called yet.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't talk about.
What?
Sanji's wanted poster picture. Did you peep that?
We'll get to you go, Marv. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Let me see where I left off at with the super chats. Hello?
Oh, you gotta mute the video.
We can hear us in the background.
Well, Sanji's wanted poster.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, we can hear you, but you gotta mute the video that you're watching of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
I had no idea it actually worked.
All right.
Hello.
What's up? What's your name and how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm fellow YouTuber and One Piece fan, The Imaginator, and I actually have one question for you guys.
Hey, tell us it, man. Thank you for calling, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Do y'all think Nami will get haki developed at some point?
Nami?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Do I think so? I would say yes. And the reason I say yes is because Usopp has some type of observation. So I think Nami might have a form of observation that relates to weather, because her whole thing is like being a navigator, right? So she has to know where she's going. So that means of some sort she has to have some sort of observation to a degree, even though it's based off knowledge. I would think that eventually having Zeus would make her extend her abilities if Zeus doesn't disappear after Big Mom is, I guess, dead.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but what about you guys?
I think the same thing with Larry because honestly, armament doesn't fully fit her and her fighting style. So like observation would be actually one of the perfect hockeys that she could get. Like Usopp would his perfect hockey would be observation because he's a sniper and he shoots far away. So observation would be perfect for him. I think Nami would be observation, and I think hopefully sometime soon. But the only thing is Nami didn't show any signs of hint of observation while Usopp did. But then again, Usopp showed it in Dressrosa and didn't show any significance of it afterwards. Like it's like it happened now. When we're gonna see it again. So hopefully Nami gets it. I would hope. Honestly, I would like to have all the Straw Hats have hockey in general. Whether it's one specific one, like maybe like Chopper gets armament or Frankie gets armament, like something. Because I know the big three, or I mean the big four, I should say. They obviously clear that they have all.
Nah, it's still big three, bro. Sanji ain't in it no more.
I knew you were
bro.
gonna say that.
He's
I think he's still in there. I think he's still in there.
Sanji's still in there.
Thank you. He's
Sanji's
definitely there.
I guess.
But like I used
Lucky Yamato ain't joined.
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
With the big
I
five.
think she's going to join later, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think so. I think my whole thing is with that. I think we have to wait till Sanji gets Conqueror's Hockey because there was I think a volume cover showing entitled Conquerors that had Ace, Yamato, and Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji there. So I think that's a big hint that will indicate that he'll get it. I think once he shows that, I think that will be the indicator that Yamato could possibly join. Possibly.
Would you cry if Sanji doesn't get it?
No. No. I mean, it is what it is from that point, you know. Because usually the third, like, strongest characters in most of the anime and manga series, they usually don't.
Yeah.
They usually get like a big gap in power as time progresses. I don't know about Beyblade with Tsubasa. He was portrayed as the third strongest blader in the originals season. And Fusion, and as time progresses, you know, by the time El Fury, he pretty much became fodder.
Yeah. But what do you think? Do you think Nami gets hockey?
Yes, actually, I don't know if y'all know. I think a lot of people don't really know about this, but there was actually like in one of the earliest episodes of One Piece where this was before I think she met Luffy, like right before Luffy went to Orange Town. She was with these other pirates with Buggy. I think, these crew members with Buggy. And then she was like sensing like the weather, as we already know. Like you see her being a navigator and everything. I think that was kind of like a glimpse of her having observation hockey, even though back then it wasn't like that known at the time. So I think her special hockey will be observation.
Okay.
It's just a matter of when.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Usopp.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I agree. I think that's definitely possible. I just said you just have to assume that she will have it, and I don't think Chopper will get it. I think Frankie probably won't get it either, because he relies on technology so heavily.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think any other Straw Hats are gonna get it besides the ones that we suspect.
Yeah, I think if they keep fighting, it should come at least a little bit in observation, because that's where you're going to the more you put in such situations, that's where it's going to grow any more inside you, and you're going to kind of see it. So and Nami, even though she was fighting more than Usopp in freaking Wano, right? Like so I feel like she has a better chance of probably developing it, and Usopp is already showing signs of observation. So I think all of them should get. The one who may not show it the most is maybe Chopper, because he's so lighthearted and he doesn't really. Fighting is not his main focus. Even though he was scrapping in Wano, it's not his main focus. But I could see. To me, I want all of them to get it, at least some form of it, even if it's on a slower scale.
Can Brooke and Frankie get it though? I always question that.
And why not?
Well, Brooke's actually dead, and then he got brought back. So,
Brooke might not have it because he relies on Genjutsu, basically.
Yeah. Frankie, he's pretty much not even human anymore.
Yo, Naruto.
Yeah, but hey, man, thank you so much for calling up, man. We're gonna hit these super chats.
All right, thank you so much. It was kind of weird at first because when I was watching y'all on the YouTube video, And it wasn't like I thought it would be like more in sync in present time. That's why I was like, oh, this actually worked. I thought it'll actually show actually in the video in that present time as well. But yeah, thank you for taking my call, and y'all have a wonderful day. We will continue to enjoy One Piece.
Yeah,
Yes,
we will.
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
Yeah, call again.
All right,
Thank you.
yeah.
Later.
All right, take care.
All right, guys, that's it for calling. Marv, are you able to see all the super chats? All right. Do you know which one I left off? There was a $20 one. I can't see that anymore. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You guys are so amazing for leaving us all these super chats.
Thank you.
Keep
Thank
going.
you so
Keep
much.
going. You can't go any further back. All right, so Insatiable Hunger for $5. He says there's talk of getting all 26 Naruto novels, some adaptation. So One Piece, as Toei's 25-year cash cow, should get at least Ace's manga adapted. I think that's definitely going to be possible. I think that will definitely happen. With the adaptation. Sorry guys, I'm like reading it on this little TV. Insatiable Hunger also donated another $10, so thank you.
Thank you.
He says, I see Sanji as the what is that, Marv? The quag. He says, I see Sanji as the quagmire of One Piece, spreading his germa seed everywhere. Each I can't read the rest, Marv. What does it say? Yeah, can you read it out? We're going to hear Marv's voice for the first time. Let's go, Marv. Because I can't see it. And it's gone.
Okay, so it says...
A little bit loud, Marv.
Yeah, lower.
Yeah.
There you go. How about now?
That's good.
All right, it says, I see Sanji as the quagmire of One Piece, spreading his germa seed everywhere. Each island has a surrogate for my man, just like he said to Black Maria, I love all the ladies.
I love all the ladies.
Then Muppet34 donated 5 and said,
Thank you.
How strong do you think Nolan is? Is he above Roger or mid-level character? Buggy gang, Buggy Trash gang.
I would say he's probably like near Odin in terms of strength, in my opinion.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Because since they called him Admiral, I thought he's probably around Admiral level.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I don't think he's stronger than Odin.
I don't think he's stronger than Roger, but they showed that he was really, really strong.
Yes. Yeah, he was strong. Yes. He definitely had all 3 hockeys too. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Marv.
Insatiable Hunger.
Thank you again, Insatiable.
$5.
Appreciate
says,
you.
Man's getting with Fish Woman, Oni Minx, Viola Heck, maybe even a female Marine, Big Mom's daughter, etc.
Oh, he's talking about spreading that seed, that germa seed. Straw Hat Dash.
It says Weevil greater than Shanks.
Yo,
what?
Dash.
Dash, you trepping,
Dash
man.
has. You think I got bad takes? Yo, Dash is the king of bad takes, bro.
Dash, I can't. Nah, man. Weevil greater than Shanks?
All right, we got to skip past it.
No.
Go ahead.
That was
Mark.
a $2 super chat. And then we have Randy TV. Sorry, you guys can't say Shanks isn't a swordman because he uses King's haki as well. If Shanks was to fight Mihawk, it would be with his sword and haki.
Yeah, it would be with his sword.
I mean, we're not saying that Shanks is not a swordsman. We're saying that if the truth of the matter is, if it came down to it, Mihawk can't fight without the sword. And we believe through evidence Shanks can. And the fact is, if Conqueror's coding is as heavy as we suspect it to be, who has the greater haki right now? Shanks. We go with Shanks.
Yes, Shanks.
So Shanks would win in a battle of haki, which means willpower, which means that you're going to get conquered.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how One Piece works. But it's hard for people to understand that.
Because Connie even said it. Haki rules everything. So if it's skill, abilities, whatever, haki rules everything.
Yeah, you're well proficient in one skill. Good luck. I'm gonna punch you in the face into the ground.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marv.
And lastly, we got Baldy Cornell with a $5 super chat says, "You rogue hasn't made his move yet. Why do you think he hasn't made a move and has said that Blackbeard is the key for some time to come?"
I think that Urug, or however you say his name, and Bonnie is going to be important for this next arc because all the other supernovas were.
Okay.
So I think they're going to make their time to shine. And obviously we're going to get more Shanks, which means we'll probably get more Blackbeard and more Mihawk. And I can't really answer those questions because they're just so vague. Like, your Rouge is so vague, and whatever he has said is so vague. And I can't really just throw out anything without evidence to support it. And I don't have that type of mental capacity. I think people like Parvision would be probably a better person to ask. But what do you guys think?
I would say Rogi is actually one of the oldest out of the worst generation. He's like in his 40s or 50s. So like he's been around Clee for a long time. So he might see certain things from years that might think that this is the key of something. Because again, he's the oldest. Like, I think the only person that might be older than him or around the same age is Capone. And, so I think so. He sees a lot. Like 50, he's even older than Shanks. He's even older than Mihawk. So he's older than some of these cats who's been around for a while. So like that's why I think that's why he thinks of a certain thing. But whether it's the key of being Blackbeard, maybe we see something in Blackbeard that we are not seeing. Because even Danchin Zhao, who's been around, said something about how Blackbeard is. So like. So they seem that Blackbeard is showing or doing certain things that is very significant to doing certain things that are making him ahead compared to their other generations.
They're probably like, yo, he's a real pirate and we not.
Yeah.
That's it. He be doing real pirate stuff. Law, real quick.
Yeah. I think he's probably just waiting for the right moment to act because Law kind of said something he was going to make with Straw Hat, I think in the beginning, pretend like I may have butchered it. But if anything, he might even join the Blackbeard parts. I don't really see why he would do that, but I can see him doing that. And Bonnie, I see them, the Straw Hat's helping out Bonnie for some strange reason. Thank you.
All right. I know we got 2 last super chats. I'll read them real quick, Marv, and then we're going to end the show, guys. So,
thank you.
Randy TV says, do you think Shanks is the same level without his sword as he is with it? Because, yeah, I agree Mihawk is weaker without his sword. Yes. I think that there is no skill dip within Shanks' strength with the sword or without the sword. I think he's the same with both. I think he just prefers to use the sword because it's probably just easier to dish out whatever he has to dish out. But overall, for him to be the only Yonko not to be able to punch somebody in the face with advanced conquerors, that just sounds crazy. Yeah. But since Mihawk is a swordsman, you're going to tell me he's going to punch somebody in the face and have the same effect he has with the sword?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense.
I think all the red hair pirates fight like real pirates. That's the sense I got. Using any weapon, swords, guns, whatever, they fight like real pirates.
And then, my bad, Lionel. We got Straw Hat Dash with another $2. He says, Shanks no beat and Whitebeard's son. GOAT podcast, though. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dash. And then we got Randy TV. He says, love the podcast as well with another $2. He says, keep it up. Thank you so much, Randy TV. I think this is the first time I've seen your name with the super chats. Straw Hat Dash, you know how much love we got for you, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody. We're going to end the show. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, please tap into the link that's in the video description below. If you want some merch, the link is in the video description below as well. I just want to say thank you for all the super chats. I know they're all going to this buggy cosplay, but overall, I just want to really just say super amount of thank yous for everything that you've given. Believe me, none of it really goes to our pockets. It really just goes to the show and just trying to make it better. That's why we have 2-hour podcasts now instead of just the 1-hour podcast. And hopefully you all enjoyed Marv's reveal of his voice, because I know you guys are saying you want him to take you out to dinner. So, but I just want to say thank you, arigato. It means so much to us. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Seb's not here, but Seb. And this is that One Piece talk. Jada.